What's the place over here?
Hometown Sizzlers?
No. Over here, right across the street.
Hometown.
I used to get food at no. I used to get
Dickies?
No.
Dickies.
Close. I used to get the same thing in a bowl.
Chinese.
No.
Stop. You keep throwing stuff out there. Now
It's
I can't.
Mexican.
Pizza.
It's Mexican.
Pizza.
It's Mexican.
Pizza.
Chipotle.
So, I don't know. So demeaning type work. Have you had any, Charlie or Cara? Have you had anything just really demeaning?
I really haven't.
Yeah. A lot.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it, or is it still too fresh?
Every time I worked at restaurants, I would sit in the car.
Were you a server?
Sit in the car and do what?
Just that. It'd be like,
So is this before you went in, or during? You just leave and go out? And maybe they won't notice.
there was one job, another restaurant job that I had at Cool Hand Luke's in Slurry. I worked for like 3 hours, and I went to the restroom and I took a piss, and then I was washing my hands and I looked up and I was like, at the mirror, and I was like, I quit. And I got the thing, and there was another employee walking into the restroom, and I threw it in the trash, and he was like, and I just walked out the door. Never looked back.
Oh, you're one of those people. See, I'm the type of girl that would have seen you do that. That's working at the same place and been like, why didn't you just go up to them and just be like, hey, I quit.
Because
you had to make a dramatic exit.
No, one person saw me. Because I would have been like, hey.
One person saw you, but I'm pretty sure
the worst job I've ever had. You suck as a boss. Was it on the thing again? I think it was on the thing again.
No, it wasn't.
Like I would have. That was the polite way of me doing it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that hurt you? Like when you go to another restaurant, they ask for like references. Yeah, I worked for Cool Hand Luke's for 3 hours and walked out.
Yeah, that's a bad reference.
It's a bad reference.
I am like goody two shoes.
And then I
all
stopped
the freaking
showing up
way.
to Foods Co. Like I told, I've never. And then I go to my next job, and I don't think there's only been one job in my life that I've tried to get that I didn't get, and it was Zoomies.
Yeah, because they looked at your freaking references.
No, because they were like, Zoomies is a skateboard shop. So I was like, oh, this is perfect and easy. And I think I was still in high school right out.
My sister worked there.
They closed the gates, and then I was like, okay, this is weird. I'm probably illegal. But there was like
you in?
Mm-hmm, and there was like 50 of us, and they made us do all these, like we had to do stages, and whoever advanced to the next stage, and I got to the last one, and they basically handed me a skateboard and was like, you have to sell me the skateboard as your favorite celebrity. Like it was stuff like that. Yeah. You get what I mean? Like
they were going sales, obviously.
Yeah, they were just going above and beyond.
Yeah.
So I think I act as, who did I tell you? I can't remember. Jim Carrey, Denzel Washington. I can't remember who's my favorite actor at the time. But I had to sell you a skateboard as.
I want to go back to your waiter career.
Mm-hmm.
So far,
see, I never made it there. I was just a hostess.
So far, it's only 3 hours worth of work. That
no.
Were you a waiter like for any time at all?
Yeah. I was I did a little bit at Applebee's, but the one I liked the most was Wyndham, because that was all foreign people
at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that it's not Wyndham anymore? Is it, or is it? Is it over
it's
there by
Wyndham now?
Oh, okay.
It used to be Holiday Inn or something.
Tell the truth. Did you have to deal with many people that are just idiots, like ordering and high maintenance?
Yeah, or very disrespectful. Like there was somebody that was like, hey, you. Ooh, and I was like, I looked and I was like, I know they're not talking to me. And when I looked at them, they're like, you. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you lost your fucking mind, dude.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I said that loud. And I didn't. And then there was one time where like the restaurant just opened and my boss came over. He's like, that table said they've been waiting for 30 minutes. And he has a smile on his face because I was like, okay. Because I was like, dude, we just opened. So I walked over there and I was like, I heard you guys have been waiting for 30 minutes. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. We only opened 3 minutes ago. And they were like, because I'm not going to be disrespected. I don't care if it's my
Did
job.
you ever like do shit to food that?
No, I never did
Never?
that though. No,
Why
not
did you
even if
put your eyes
someone.
down when you said that?
I know.
No, no,
I
no,
did
no.
tell you that.
Really? Look at me.
Even if somebody was like a dick, I would never mess with
Never?
food. No, that's too far.
Did you know any?
So
Wait,
what did you do?
did you
That's
know
too
it-
far. What was
did-
not far?
Did you know anybody that did? Because I
Uh,
think that shit goes on.
I remember it's weird. I can't remember everything when I was 16, but I remember like everybody just like smoking weed while they were cooking at Applebee's and shit. Some
Really?
shit that I probably should have.
Like online? Were
I
they,
shouldn't
were
be.
they out in the back?
On the line.
On the
Mhm,
line?
On the line.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were just like when I was 16, it was fucking
Let's
crazy.
talk
at
about
that
things like. Do you
Applebee's.
think they always wash their hands after they took a piss?
No,
Oh,
no, I just don't think so.
that's
Or
what-
if you ever ask for dressing, I'm gonna let everyone know right now, never
Oh,
get
this
those
is-
plastic
this is
ones.
the inside.
Or not the plastic ones, but what would you say? The ramekins, but the ones that you know are washed. Don't get those
Oh,
ones.
you want ones that are sealed.
You want the
Remember.
throwaway ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the throwaway ones.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
Why? Tell us why.
Because it just goes into this big O like for like the whole
Like a
night.
bat?
They just throw it with all of them in this water. I don't know. You don't want it. Just
So
trust
they're
me.
they're not cleaned very well to begin with, right?
Well, they put it through the dishwasher. That takes 1 second. It's like, there's your dishes.
Now, have you ever bartended?
Yeah, I've done everything in the
Okay, so
restaurant.
it's
I've
kinda
done
like-
dishwasher.
I
cook.
bartended and I was also the guy that washed the dishes.
Mhm.
Maybe that solution's like really strong enough. But I remember we did get those cups and put them back. It's like, how clean can those really be?
Well, the bartenders are different because they're like they don't want to wait for the dishwasher, so they're like
Yeah.
they just like dump it in
Is
like
that
water.
Is that yeah? Fuck. Yeah, well, and I mean, it's a good thing we have an immune system, right?
Yeah,
That goes
yeah.
to show you, because I'm sure if we really thought about that, we wouldn't eat at any place
Mhm,
because that shit goes on everywhere. It has to.
mhm.
Ugh. I don't know if I told you guys on any podcast when one of my pet peeves was going to a buffet, because when they were asking me what I wanted, like on my salad, all I could see a thing about was them spitting on the food that they were asking me about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, so
Only a
you're-
buffet.
Yeah, at a buffet. So when I'm sure they do it elsewhere, but I'm talking about at a buffet like a what's the place over here?
Hometown sizzlers.
No, over here,
Sizzler.
right across the street. I
Hometown.
used to get food at no. I used to get
Dicks?
Not
Dickies?
dicks. no
Dickies.
close. I used to get the same thing in a bowl.
Chinese.
No,
Stop. You keep throwing stuff out there. Now
it's
I can't.
Mexican.
Pizza.
It's Mexican.
Pizza.
It's Mexican.
Pizza.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
He's
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
me off with all these
Okay,
ideas.
so they
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
you.
The burritos
Yeah,
and bowls.
they're talking like over the food.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I like I want. She goes. You say I like some salad. She's like,
You want the fries?
You want one or two scoops? Oh fuck! So the goal was for me. I made a game. I would go through. My goal was for them not to ever say a fucking word to me like what I wanted. So I'd say I'd like one of those. What's it? Great. The minute they talked, I thought, oh shit, she just spit all over my goddamn food. You never think about that?
Really?
No, but during COVID, you know how we weren't supposed to touch our face
Yeah.
or spit. I realized how much spit from other people hit me, and also how
Oh,
much time I touch my face.
Yep.
I was like, I never touch my.
I know.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Or when people are talking, like I never realized it, but now since COVID, I'm like, motherfucker, just spit on my face.
Yeah. It's true. I thought about that all the time. It grossed me out. Especially look, years ago there was no divider there, no glass.
Mhm.
It was open. So it was all kinds of spit flying around there. Think about that. They say
Yeah.
you go eat.
Mm-hmm.
And think about that when you go eat at a restaurant, what they're doing back there. And why in the fuck would you want to be that person doing this to somebody who's handling your food?
Oh, all the time. Like I always thought that, like motherfucker, I could destroy your
Seriously.
night at least in the bathroom or
Seriously.
your week. But I never, because I wouldn't want anyone to mess with my food.
I could not be a food server or a waiter or whatever.
I could have been. I wanted to be.
No, you couldn't have.
I could
You
not.
couldn't have. Don't look over here with that glare. You couldn't have.
not.
How?
You get treated like a servant, like shit, like
Do you
ass.
think? Do you
Do you
think
think
that?
girls get treated the same way the guys get treated?
You would have got sexually harassed. Is that what you want?
Do you think everybody
Yes.
has to do that?
Yeah.
And you don't think that girls can handle it?
No.
Oh.
I've seen every
That was
girl,
pretty
every
funny.
girl that I've worked
She
with
can't
has
just
got
pass the
sexually
table
harassed.
off to somebody else?
Nope, because the managers don't let you. You get sexually harassed, the managers are going to give them free beer. How's that going to make you feel?
That's really the inside scoop, right?
Yeah, I'm giving it to her how it is. You're going to go to the manager and be like, this table's making me feel very uncomfortable. They just grabbed my ass. The manager is going to go up there and act manly, but they're not. They're the biggest bitches in the world and be like, they're going to start getting in a fight with the table and they'll be like, here, I'll just pay for your round. How's that going to make you feel?
I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't have been one of those waiters. No way. First of all, I don't know how in the fuck some of those waiters or waitresses. I'm not saying some really good ones. And
She didn't bring our order for another 4
I
hours.
just took it as she was really
And
busy.
then you were like, can we get dessert? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, the kitchen closed like an hour ago. Why didn't she tell us that? She wasn't a good server. They were not busy. That restaurant was not busy. There was like 4 tables in there.
Did you see how long it took him to get to that point?
When I was at, I know things are different now. When I was 16 at Applebee's though, it was only like Applebee's or Denny's and Red Lobster.
Okay.
Because there was nothing open.
Yeah.
There was a 2-hour wait line outside. 2 hours.
Oh,
that's busy.
Yeah, I know. Buffalo
This
Wild Wings had the same
restaurant-
thing. I had to tell people 3 hours before I could even give you an idea of when you're gonna sit down.
That restaurant was like, there was like 4 tables in there, dude.
Okay, but did you notice? Did you see me have any kind of type of attitude with her?
No, I didn't see you acting bad.
No,
I
I
just
know,
said there
but
are bad service.
It
Like,
didn't.
she
Didn't
was
register.
kind. She was
It didn't
super
register with
kind,
me.
but
I
she
didn't think
wasn't
anything of
good
it.
at her job. You could be kind and suck at your job.
I just didn't think anything about it because I don't know what she's doing from the time that she's at our table and then what she's doing out there. So I just assume that she's doing her job and not twiddling her thumbs.
Her job is to serve on us. When they're going to the back, they're just okay.
So what was she doing?
Usually what you would do, she'd be looking out for our order and getting our drink refills. None of us got drink refills because my shit was empty the whole time. 2, when she went in the back, and then she was like, oh yeah, they haven't started your wait, no, their kitchen's in the front. This is where they cook in front of you. So I don't know what the fuck she was doing in the back. She wasn't waiting for our food.
Oh, this is getting worse.
Yeah, she sucked. I'm sorry.
Okay,
She was
so
nice, but she sucked.
No. Let's discuss this.
There's nothing to discuss.
It's teppanyaki. So they cook the food in front of you. They only had like 2 servers. They legit, I watched the guy walk away from the area that he was cooking and then get some stuff together and come to us. So really, that wasn't even on her.
That is not how it went.
That's not even on her. Yeah, because she pointed. She was like, they're over there. And then the people left. And
Homegirl, you guys got there before me. I got there at like 6:20 and we didn't leave till like 9:20.
Jesus.
we were waiting for someone.
That's a long time.
I got there at 6:20.
I know
They got there before me.
we were just being nice and like waiting before we started to even like get our drinks and all that kind of stuff.
As soon as I sat down, the waitress
Then we had to
came.
wait a while.
So that it wasn't like they were waiting for me or something. Like she got my drink and then I drank my soda and then waited for like 4 hours before refill.
It did take a while.
She was not good at
But all she's supposed to do is get us drinks. And then pretty much the chef guy is our guy. You know? Have you been?
I've been before.
Let me just say this. When you're a server, I've never only had 4 tables. There was only 4 tables in that whole restaurant, and there was more than one server.
How many tables does one person have usually?
You should, I don't know, because I think experts. I think people that are more into it than me. I don't know how to say it. People that want to do this for a living, they would say a higher number than me. I would say
more than 4.
I think 4. I think 4 or 5 is what a server should have.
Because at some point you're gonna.
Oh, you wanted to say more there, but you stopped.
I think 4 or 5.
At some point you're gonna compromise the
service.
You have to.
But I've never had 4 or 5. It's always like 7, 8, 9, and you're just
that
like
keep you hopping.
Yeah, and you're dying. Like one thing could mess you up. So you're going to each table.
I was flipped off.
You're like, okay, got their drink orders. Let me go get theirs. And then one person, that person was like, oh, can I?
Oh yeah.
Fucked. You're done. You're gone.
Can I change my order?
It's so. Or the cooks. Oh, we forgot to make this. You're just like,
yeah,
hello, darkness, my old. I'd be like, it's over. Like or cook. The cook's the same way though. like we have these screens. Hopefully you don't get the fucking receipt, like because I've had jobs that's the receipt. And I'm like, dude, what are we in the 80s? But a lot of them will have a screen, and you're like, okay, a cheeseburger, and you like get the patty, throw it on the thing, and you look back, and you're like, there's like 5 pages now. 5 pages. I'm like, oh my god, there was just a cheeseburger, and it's like cheeseburger, pizza, chicken, steak, cheeseburger, chicken, and then you're just going through pages, and I'm like, there's like 800 things. What? And that means what the server did was take order, take order, take order, take order, take order, take order, and then just go to the computer and put it all in. Why the fuck would you do that?
Put all at one time.
Yeah, all at one time instead of doing one, then getting another one, doing one. And I'm like, you fucking stupid fucking bitch. And then they're like, where's my shit at? And I'm like,
yeah, that would be a no.
Okay, out of the whole business, what was your favorite part since you played the role and everything?
At a restaurant? Going home.
No, what was your favorite? Like if you had to pick one that was better than all of them. What was the worst? What was the best?
Dishwasher is really cool if you're antisocial like me. You know? You
do you guys get paid the same?
As what?
Well, like a food server, they make tips. So I'm assuming they make more money.
You always want to be the server because there'd be days that I'd like one, you always work like 4 hours as a server. Don't let them fool you. It's very short amount of hours. But I would make like $300, if not more sometimes.
In the evening?
Mm-hmm.
So it's $300. That was tips plus what you got paid as a. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
And then you feel like you have a life because you're only working 4 hours a day. You know,
I can tolerate that maybe 4 hours. But I don't know how many days a week do you work. 5.
Yeah. There's like a little. I think serving was the most beneficial to me because it really, you have to get out of like a comfort zone that you guys know, like I try to stay in this whole antisocial, shy and that shit. After that, everyone was like, hey, you got really good at acting. And it wasn't even from acting, it was just acting at tables, you know?
I found that the server that I had made a big difference in my experience, you know? And there were some that were really, really good, and others it's like, why are you in this business?
It's so funny because me, Danielle, my sister, and my mom, and there's a lot of others. So we all have like fake talks, like fake, almost like a voice. You get what I mean?
Oh, like code. You're talking code.
I can't. I'm gonna be
pretend that you're gonna
right
order. Pretend he's your person.
But almost all of ours, it's higher, and it's like, hey guys, you know, like super, like I don't know, just fake.
So these are you're saying that these people who do that, they're faking it.
Oh yeah,
the servers.
Like my sister, I'll go and visit.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like
she'll be talking to me, she'll be like, oh, fuck, I hate this so much. She'll be like, oh, a table just came. Give me a second. Hey guys, how you doing today? And it's like so funny. Like,
well, you almost have to do that if you want to.
Yeah, you have to suck dick. Ooh. You have to gag for that, for those tips.
Oh my gosh.
True story. Oh, room service. Room service was my favorite out of the restaurant, but I know a lot of people don't have that restaurant.
Didn't have to engage very much.
But
just roll it in, say hi, see you.
Right? When you're at a hotel, because a lot of hotels, here's a secret. What you don't know is you're already paying for a tip on the bill.
Yeah.
But they don't know that, so then they'll give you a tip. So now you just made $40. Double, whatever, you know.
Yeah. And I did know that. I didn't. I got learned about that.
Yeah. I just killed a lot of jobs right now. They're like, shut the fuck up. But yeah, you get paid. So that one's awesome. And then you're not dying like in the restaurant, you know. Now,
did you guys get paid like an automatic tip if you had more than so many guests? Because I think there was like one restaurant that I went to. If you had more than 8 at a table, they just automatically put 20% in.
What is it? Gratuity?
Gratuity.
Applebee's doesn't, but Wyndham did.
Oh, okay.
So I was always like, give me that fucking party. Yeah. I'll go down. I'll die.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than serving that many people that get stiffed.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you really deserve it. But that, you know, I would imagine there's a lot of cheap people out there. You know?
I think everywhere should have to do that, because another thing is, good servers or good restaurants, they won't let that server just take that party either. You still have other tables. So you could, you're losing out on like 4 of your tables because now it's a party, you know? Yeah. And what if they just tipped you nothing? Right. That is 4 fucking tables. Yeah. And you're not giving good service to your other tables. Yeah, like, and what a lot of people don't know, I feel like I'm talking shit. Am I talking shit about the serving thing? Like about the restaurant industry?
Well, don't make it sound really awesome.
No. Okay.
Don't make it sound fun at all.
Just say
Here's
what's
the
on
thing,
your
though.
mind. This is cathartic. I don't know
When-
about for you, but for me.
A lot of people also don't know, because I hear this a lot, is people like, oh, why they're just doing their job. Why should we tip them?
Yeah.
They have to pay taxes on every seat they get. So they actually pay for you to sit there. You get what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that's why everyone's like, you get 300 a night and your check. Yeah, but your check's like $100 because
Yeah.
you're getting taxed on
You're
every
right.
table.
Exactly. That's not net to you.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Why do you get taxed for the seats?
I don't know.
Is that like a?
Why? Yeah, but like,
Is that
why?
like
They're
would they?
hotel
assuming,
fee?
because
Shouldn't
they're
the business be
assuming
getting
they're assuming automatically the person's tipping 20%. So they take
Oh,
they're automatically assuming, and most people don't tip 20 anyway.
Right.
It's like 15, 18.
Right.
People that tip 18, like, I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, actually I'm getting like taxed 20%, but
Yeah.
okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird business. That's one.
you know that's one of the, I think one of the reasons, because it's very complex. Is there's a lot of moving parts in a restaurant. A lot of moving parts to make all that shit work. My ex-father-in-law, I got bird's eye view of that, because I don't know if I told you, I did like short order cooking when I first started my personal training business. So I got to see that, and it's amazing. But hotels or restaurants have one of the highest mortality rates as far as not making it. You know, because there's a lot of things going on, and then you have waiters that are there. We talked about this once before. They think they're going to get a bigger tip if they give them a bigger slice of pie. You know, so there's a lot of profit that's lost right there in front of you.
A lot in the bar too.
Yeah,
They'll
the
start
bar.
doing free
Yeah.
drinks to try to
Yeah.
get tip more.
And not to mention the shit that goes out the back door from the people that work there.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I learned it's a brutal business to be in, from that aspect at least. You know,
hmm
and yet there's lots of restaurants out there, but
I'm surprised we haven't heard of, at least around us, closing from the pandemic. I haven't heard of anything closing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's closed.
Ryan's place did.
Oh yeah, Ryan said that's right.
Like, I've only ate there like twice in
Oh,
my life, but it was
I
good.
actually went there a lot. That was a place I really liked.
Did
to
it?
go
I
to.
did not even know it closed because I haven't been there in like
Yeah.
honestly 10 years. I've been
Yeah.
there like twice and it was good. I just
Yeah.
My
No.
friend's mom worked there forever. So as children, we just would go sit at a table.
Yeah, it used to be a
and-
happening place, even
Yeah.
like after hours.
Mhm.
There's a happening place there.
You know what
Talking about what?
wow, what's that? Chubby's? You ever
Oh
eat at
yeah.
Chubby's? I
Uh-huh.
like Chubby's. Did you realize that was the place in Boy Meets World?
No.
You know the restaurant they would always go to and be like eating fries and stuff? That was Chubby's.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it was
Yeah.
like based like if that's the
Not
same.
from our area.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that. I thought that was just a Visalia thing. I
So
didn't
did
know
I.
it was like a
Huh,
thing.
interesting.
Talking about tips and culture, like in this case, in Europe, like Tina, 20%. She is just amazed how you would give 20% tip. She said that's their job. She said I would just leave them $3. The team, you can't do that. That's not how we do it here. But she's like just amazed that we're doing 20%. She can't believe it.
The foreign because at the Wyndham it was all foreigners,
Yeah.
and they
So they're
were
probably
very.
used- yeah.
One person paid me like $5 or $6 and all changed, and I don't mean quarters.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know
because they were like, I guess, because like
yeah.
basically the bus driver will tell them like this is what you guys have to do
Yeah.
here, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. So
It took a long time for Tina to get over that. So now when she goes and she's gonna get her hair done, whatever, and she says, okay, it's $100. How much do I need to give her? And she's not happy about that, so $20 unless she fucks it up.
what they would try to do at the Wyndham was sell them a ticket. Like, hey, get this ticket and these are the items you'll get.
Does that have the 20% already?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we
Smart.
would all like die for those
Yes.
tickets. We would like look for them when they're coming, like
Yeah.
who has those tickets? And if
Yeah.
you saw them, be like, hey, I'll take you this
Yeah.
way. Because they were like, you
Oh my
automatically
gosh.
die. Like,
Guaranteed income, right?
and then if they would hear others though, like, hey, you're supposed to tip them. They didn't know that the tip was on the ticket. So then they would tip,
Again, double.
uh-huh.
Little tricks
Oh
of the
my
trade.
gosh.
That's funny. That's shit that I didn't even know about. It's funny.
A restaurant business is crazy though. Now
Yeah.
that like I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, it's really like almost like a movie with so many moving parts and
It is,
things
yeah,
that
it's
have
crazy.
to go together.
You gotta have a strong management team, I would think,
And
Yeah,
they're always
everything.
the weakest. They're so bad. So bad.
because of what you're saying. You gotta
Oh,
have your eye on a
worse.
lot of shit going on.
I didn't know how important it was until I was a hostess at Buffalo Wild Wings. I opened the one in Visalia.
Mhm.
And so
and they're like, it starts with you, homegirl. As soon as they walk in, you're the first
that's what
smile
they'd say. And it was like, okay, yeah, cool, I get it. So, we played that role. But then when it got busy, okay, this place was brand new. It already is a busy place. But when I had the whole front packed, and then it was packed outside, and then the whole inside was packed and the whole outside, and the people were like, hey, how long's the wait? And it's like, I can't tell you that. Like, it's not even physically possible because a game is on and that doesn't end for 3 hours. So you're probably going to be waiting for 3 hours because I don't think any seat is going to open up. But if it opened up, like us hostess, we ran that floor. And if we messed up, we screwed those waiters over bad. And then they would get pissed off at us. So it was like just that little job right there was such a big deal.
Another thing, the hosting, how I said about the servers could put in too many orders at once. The host could
sit you down too much.
Yep, you could be like putting in an order in the computer and you look and you're like, okay, I got one table, okay. And then as soon as you're done, you're like, I got 3 now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I had that too. So like, because these are
all you got to manage the flow of that, right?
Heck yeah. And I would have like people come up and get pissed off because there was like 5 of us hostess up there, and they'd be like, this person just did this and that, and they would complain about everybody, and then it was like, Cara, just run the table, and I was like, oh my god. So I'd have to do everybody's job, and so I would just do this. Okay, you all do what I say. So I would stand there and be like, hey, you go take this person here. So then they had to be my little minions because it was like, people are fighting, they're getting mad, one's doing a good job, one's doing a bad job. Yeah, it was a lot.
You find that the people that are waiting in the bars get a little belligerent if they haven't gotten their seat? I mean, is that any worse? Because I know in a nightclub
at Buffalo Wild Wings, I tell you right now, nobody got pissed off because we made it very clear that I can't tell you. You can sit here and wait, but I can't tell you.
People got mad at Applebee's all the
time. I can get that. But at Buffalo Wild Wings, it really was like, if a fight was on, done. Seats are done.
Tina will not ever wait more than 15 minutes at a restaurant.
What? That's like
we've walked lots of times. And I don't like necessarily waiting.
How do you feel about that though?
I really don't care. But no, she won't. She gets pissed. She's out of there.
Mine is if it gets.
She'll say something like this with the doctor's offices too. If I'm going to come in here and you're going to wait an hour, why don't you just schedule me for the hour?
I do agree with that with the doctor's office. I mean,
she's kind of that mindset. Oh, we've walked on the team. That's just the way. That's how it goes here. It's the way it works. Unfortunately,
if it gets to hours, I'm just like, I don't make a big deal, but I'm like,
is it really worth it?
I could.
Life's too short.
I'm like, it's not really worth it.
Talk about.
Oh my gosh.
That's only 5-minute wait.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's got their shit down. I'm always impressed with McDonald's. How fast they
fuck no. What McDonald's are you going to?
I'm talking to the drive-thru.
Yeah. What McDonald's are you going? In Tulare and Visalia, it's like, you've seen them, huh?
I don't go to McDonald's.
I haven't been to McDonald's since I was 6 years old.
I'll tell you, I go to Wendy's and everywhere else, but McDonald's, I really don't go often.
I think they're like the fastest drive-thrus.
There's one in Tulare?
And
there's like 8 McDonald's in every town.
Is there one in Tulare? Wait, where?
Look at them, like, God.
Wait, guys.
All you have to do is look up this fucking sky.
Yeah, and there's a big O M.
Wait, somebody throw somewhere. Throw an idea. Come on, where in Tulare? Throw one.
There's one right by Cool Hand Luke's.
Yes, there is one right there. That's Big Rose. That's Big Rose.
I go there all the time. So it's right fucking there, the Golden Arches.
There's one by
You can see it from Pixley.
Okay, yeah.
You know where J Street is?
Yeah.
There's one by Barsley.
I can tell you all the other places.
The Mick Chevron. It's a gas station and a McDonald's.
No, don't know.
It's kind of in the ghetto.
But they even. I mean, they have like 2 drive-thrus when you pull up.
Oh, they're
2 different windows,
bad,
and then they have the first window and the second window. Fuck, they fly through there.
I've started
When's the last time you went to a McDonald's?
Yesterday for Tina.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what? Tina got McDonald's?
Yeah, we had our some shit done in our house.
Yeah, but she got McDonald's.
Difficult times right now, huh? I can see it in your eyes.
You're
like, we ate McDonald's.
I didn't eat McDonald's. She did.
What did she get?
That. Cheeseburger and fries.
You said fuck that. What's wrong?
No,
I don't.
You don't understand this.
Demolish your body.
You don't understand this. So you hold on for 1 second. She has told me that she does not eat that way. And it hasn't happened as well.
She had a little cheeseburger.
No, but if you ask her, she'll be like, no, I will not eat that.
She's full of shit.
I've never eat that.
She's in good shape, no?
Yeah, but she's
very good shape.
I was like, I remember her being
so she does a great job in moderation.
What happens is
I'm shocked.
She drives herself into the ground. She's very, I mean, she's a type personality.
Does she feel like she has to be in good shape because of you?
No.
I feel like
No,
that's
she's
a lot.
she's an ex-bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Oh, she was too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I was
she's
like,
a competitor, so she gives herself a hard time.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So when when people
Is that how you guys met? I want to go to this now. Fuck me.
yeah, we met at a Fishbowl, which is a big fitness event.
She was a cute little hot fit girl wearing all the tight stuff in the
She was
booth.
working a booth,
Uh-huh.
and I was there with my training course, signing autographs with Platts,
Uh-huh.
Famous guy
Big
over
John.
here.
Both of you guys were big, and you're like, hey.
So I had to take a break from the my booth because I was tired of people staring at me this close to me while I was in the booth
Uh-huh.
because they're crazy over there. It's kind of eerie until you get used to it. They're like breathing in your ear.
This is Europe.
This is Europe. This was in Germany. Anyway, I took a break and I walked around just to get away from it. I thought I told the story. And
No.
To
not
me,
walk-
like
yeah.
20,000
yeah,
times.
20,000. So I walking around,
20,000.
and she was working in a booth selling clothing, fitness clothing.
Uh-huh.
And I was walking, and she had her fucking hair pulled back really tight. And
Ponytail.
she had this, really tight.
You were
and-
just thinking nasty at the
Well,
time.
no, it's just like
Yeah,
what happened was I was walking, checking it out, and then I went like this, and I felt like I just went, fuck.
Did you think you'd be married?
No, I kept walking. She actually intimidated me.
Uh,
The way she used her lips, I mean, it's hard to explain. It was just like, and I just kept walking. And then afterwards, I came back.
so does she still work out and everything? Or
Yeah,
she
yeah.
just takes care of herself?
No,
She
She
still works out?
Yeah.
treadmill
Cardio.
at home. She does cardio. She comes to the gym.
Eats
Oh,
really good.
fun.
Yeah,
I could
she's-
see her. I knew like I could tell because I can't remember how I even
There's a
saw
picture
her.
of her in his office.
No,
Oh, like
She's the
bodybuilding
girl
days?
that's like doing like
Yeah,
a pose right
yeah.
by the door.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
this may sound gay, but I think I only look at Leo.
I
I see all yours, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I think I don't know.
No, she was big.
Do you
into
not
it.
know their story?
No, I don't. That was the first time I've even heard that.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Well, I
Hey,
mean,
you guys have a really interesting
I
story. I
left
love your
Europe.
story.
I was there for 4 days, and after I came back the second time and introduced myself, well, we ended up having.
Oh, so you went back. You were
He-
like,
I went
I'm
back.
gonna
He
go.
did.
Yeah,
But
that's
he
not fucking.
didn't-
I'm gonna introduce myself.
You didn't say it the first time.
No,
Is the second time you came to Europe, saw her again?
no. First time I was in Europe.
Oh, I was
Okay.
like,
Is the second
what?
day?
Yeah, this is the first time that when I went there, and I was, and then I didn't want to talk to her then because I was too intimidated. Went back to the booth. I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go back and introduce myself." I introduced myself, and then we had dinner the next day. I was only in Europe for 4 days. I mean, more. I was on a tour,
Mhm.
so I left, and then I didn't.
Did you spend the night that night?
No, just
No,
dinner.
just dinner.
Just dinner. That was it. Nothing happened. It was just I just was interested in getting to know her.
Uh,
And then well, I left, and for 8 years we just communicated by back then. Check this out. There's no social media. It was writing letters. Writing
so you
letters.
got her like address and stuff.
She wrote me. She'd write. She was big into writing letters. I wasn't. I was more phone calling. But we just communicated for 8 years, maybe once a month, once every other
So you
month.
guys probably both had relationships and stuff.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
was
didn't?
I was just coming out of one. At that time.
Yeah, but did you had to have like girlfriends or hooked up?
Oh yeah. She was in.
Yeah, they were doing their
Yeah,
own thing. They were
Yeah,
not in a
doing your own
relationship.
thing.
They were
just
you're
friends.
We're just
Yeah,
friends.
they were just friends.
For 8
And then
years.
8 years. And then 8 years later,
Yeah, get this.
No, I'm like so like
so 8 years later, I thought I'd reach out to her. No, I got a phone call, is what it was. She called. My dad's name is, I'm a junior,
mhm.
and she thought she was calling me. She called my dad. And my dad goes, "No, I think you got the wrong Leo," But we hooked back up again. Because there was some time, but it's about 3 months, all of a sudden I didn't hear from her. I thought, well, she moved on.
Mhm.
And then she called my dad. Thought she was calling me because she had my phone number. And so I said, you know what? After that phone call, I was living with my mom because I was divorced, and I was like in a bad spot that way.
Mhm.
And I told my mom, I said, I'm going back to Germany to this girl, and I think she's going to be my wife.
And I'm not coming back.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
My mom's, well, you're out of your fucking mind.
So you knew. So
Wait.
Wait a minute. Before we get a little bit, so when you're thinking this, like, I think I'm gonna go maybe try to make a relationship. Was it always in your mind like this bitch is coming back, or were you like maybe I will stay there?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't say that because my business was here.
Okay, so you knew you had to come back.
I just told
Okay.
my mom, I think I'm She's gonna be my.
Listen, I've been waiting 8 years for the
years,
vagina.
though.
I just need one
Oh
smash
my
to see what's up.
God.
But 8 years, man. It's that long. So I go back. Stayed another 4 days. This time we were intimate, yeah. And then I said, "Hey, you ever been to the States?" She said, "No." So you want to come?
He said, "You want this D longer? You have to come to the States."
And she says, "Well, I
Not
can't.
just play. That's his
No.
Listen.
I can't because I don't have a green card or anything like that. So you don't have to have one." She says, "Why?" So I'm asking you to marry me.
4 days.
4 days. And she says, "Absolutely." She didn't even better.
And how long have you guys been together?
20 years.
But that's because you had that 8 years of.
But I mean, that's kind of an interesting story.
8
Yeah.
years. I mean, what? Do the math of like a letter every 2 months.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it was 3 months that went by. So how many times did they really communicate?
Yeah, it was just.
I mean,
And 8 years
I
still
know,
a lot.
but still,
Yeah.
but I
And
bet you it wasn't
I bet
every 2
Leo
months.
was sending
Listen.
letters like this.
No.
She was probably sending pages.
Tell
It
us,
was,
tell us,
uh,
how many times do you think you guys honestly talked in those 8 years?
I would say once every other month. In a letter, But yeah, it was just that communication. In fact, she actually was a wholesaler she was actually selling supplements over in Europe, in Germany. So I go
It's
back,
still pretty
I go back on
awesome.
the,
It's impressive.
again.
No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not.
And on day number 2 of those 4 days, the second time I went back, so that's when I said that to her. So, well, I'm asking you to marry me. And it was just like, yes.
And this is your longest marriage now.
Yeah. See, I had 20 years almost now. And the other one was 18 and a half. But, you would think based on the high divorce rate, I mean, what are
Yeah.
the chances?
4 days together and then you get married. You would have thought that would
It
have ended
says
real quick.
every time you get married, your chances are dramatically lower and lower of staying. So after the first one's 50-50.
Yeah.
Second one goes to like 30, and the third one goes to like 10.
So that was that
But you
story.
beat the odds
That was
yet
that story.
again.
That was that story. And she came in and so when that happened, we packed up all of her shit. I found an international company that it's I think they call it something where they go into your
Literally
apartment.
came in and swooped her away.
They went to the apartment. They wrap everything up, her furniture and all that. And they put her on a ship. So 3 months later, or 8 weeks later, her ship was on a boat.
How old was she at the time?
30 something. She flew over here. I give her a lot of credit for making that.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's amazing. I don't know if I would do that. I mean, she knew me 8 years
For
through
love,
letters.
baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've realized now working with foreigners, I mean, like that's all our guests were.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
How different stuff is. For
Oh,
them.
culture shock.
They would see Jello and they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
It's
you'd
a
be like,
culture
you've
shock.
never had Jello?
Yeah.
And like, try it for free, because you would want to see. They would be like,
The reaction.
and as soon as it went in the mouth, it was like, bloop, like flew out. And they're like, what?
That's funny.
They didn't do our salads blew them away.
Yeah.
They're like, it's so green. I
Yeah.
was like, what do you mean? I guess their vegetables are like ass over there or something.
The first time that we went out to like a nice restaurant, it's on Main Street there. I can't think of it now, the name, but anyway, very popular off Main Street.
Vintage Press?
No, it was down further.
You would name Venice.
No, that's the really
It
nice
was
one
yeah.
downtown.
No, it was another one.
There's a couple.
It was a steakhouse. Okay, a real nice one. I think it's still there.
Double
Anyway,
L?
Yes. So we ordered
Okay,
food.
got one of those.
What really blew her away, she says, "What is going on here? The waiter's coming out with this big old tray of food, and the glasses of water are this big. In Europe, they don't do that.
Everything's
You
really
have to ask for
small.
water.
And everything's small.
Yeah, you have to ask for water. And the place, she goes, no wonder all the Americans are fat. Look at those
That's
fucking
what
plates."
I've heard that so many times. Well, wonder you guys are fat
Yeah.
over here. And I'm like,
Yeah,
they're like so blunt about it, but they're like, you guys are fat.
yeah, just it's so different in Europe. And there's parts of it I really like. I mean, I really like especially like in France and Italy. I just really like some of the stuff that goes on there. But there's just it's the culture shock for us when we go there.
I really want to go there.
It's like, what do you mean I can't get breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning? I gotta wait till 10? Fuck. Anyway, speaking of time, it's about time
Uh-huh.
to wrap this bitch up.
This is
Yep.
the first time we've end on a good note.
Hey.
Is it?
Yes. It's always like-
it's not downer.
It's always like we'll start good and then go to something that's a downer, and then we're like, okay, guys.
So we'll leave it right here
Mm-hmm.
as a first, another first in our lives. We out.
We out. Bye.